Hi, welcome to this new episode of ITQonversations. My name is Jeffrey Kusters. I'm the field CTO at ITQ, and I'm here with my two colleagues, Buddy and Johan, to talk about digital workspace and security. Buddy, Johan, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, Buddy for Kampen, Technologist security within ITQ. Almost working half a year again with ITQ and bringing security to a new level.
Cool, good to have you back, Buddy.
Johan from Amersfoort. I'm a technologist focusing on the digital workspace and everything around that landscape.
Awesome. So guys, today we're going to talk about security and the digital workspace. Maybe kicking in an open door, Buddy, but why is it so important to have focus on your security for your digital workspace?
It is an open door, but it's really important to mention it. If you're going to take a look on security, the endpoints, they're the most attacked areas, and especially the user is always behind one of those endpoints. So if you're going to take a look on the workspace where the user is interacting, it's really important to contain it over there and be sure that if something wrong is going on, we be sure that it is as secure as possible.
Yeah, a lot of the threat analysis show that the majority of the security incidents, they occur on the digital workspace, so at the end user. So yeah, it's obviously very important.
Yeah, and you also see that attackers are very much focusing on those users by sending out phishing emails or sending them advertisements who are infected. So you also see that the attack surface to these users, they're very large, these attack surfaces.
Yeah, absolutely. So Johan, a term that's being thrown around a lot in terms of security and the digital workspace is of course zero trust. Can you share a bit of light on that topic? What's your take on it?
Yeah, definitely. So zero trust is a term that's commonly used for basically different aspects of security. And if you Google now for zero trust, you'll probably get 10 products in the first results within Google that actually show a product that does zero trust. But it's much more than a product. So it's a philosophy, it's a security strategy, if you will. And what we mean with zero trust is that an end user, like Buddy mentioned in terms of an attack surface, gets the most reduced attack surface possible. And what we basically do from a technology perspective is that, for instance, we introduce things like conditional access. We introduce next-gen antivirus solutions. We introduce micro VPNs to ensure secure connectivity to the data center. And all of those different solutions together basically ensure that zero trust methodology within the VMware stack for us.
Yeah, so it's much more of a mindset and an approach as opposed to a product that you buy, right?
Yeah, definitely. And one of those technology is one aspect, but the other aspect obviously is education and security policies not only enforced through technology, but also through educating the employee.
If you're going to take a look on the philosophy of zero trust, there are actually three main components in the philosophy. And one of it is don't trust, always verify. Be sure that you always are handling with that user or that instance or that server. And especially don't trust it once, do it always. The second thing is, and I just mentioned it, if a user clicks the wrong link or get in a Word file with an emotet and malware, for example, you want to be sure that you're going to limit the blast radius. Be sure that it is contained and be sure you do it actually automatically. And that's also one of the things which is also in the philosophy. We also need to sleep, we professionals. So be sure that if something is going on and an alert is popping up, be sure that your tools are doing it automated. For example, by implementing NSX and microsegmentation, that the blast radius is contained, and that a system is being in quarantine for a while, so when an analyst is popping up, he's able to do the analysis.
So it's obviously much more than just securing the workplace or the the desktop itself. It's a much more comprehensive package. What are typical solutions that ITQ can bring to our customers in terms of zero trust, Johan?
Yeah, so we have three pillars in which we offer solutions and services. One being consulting and vision. So one of the things that we do when we approach a customer or when a customer engages us is that we go into the customer and we basically run an assessment to get real understanding of the security maturity within a customer. So we want to know if a customer would like to, for instance, run or want to go through the journey towards zero trust. we need to know basically what the stage of the current environment is. And for instance, if the technology stack that they're using is already up to par, but also from an end user perspective, an employee perspective, how mature those employees are when talking about security. Now, the second thing is that from a build and implement perspective, we can offer solutions. We can offer total solutions like the Digital Workspace from VMware, so the Anywhere Workspace as we call it. We can help a customer to actually build and implement it. So we design such a solution, we implement all of the different aspects like Workspace ONE, Carbon Black, Workspace ONE Intelligence, and make sure that the customer can start their journey into Zero Trust. But one of the challenges that we are seeing at customers in general is that Zero Trust is not something that you check a box inside your solution and you have Zero Trust. It's a journey that might take many years. And one of the things that we offer from a manage and improve perspective is that we can actually deliver a managed digital workspace, fully embedded with Zero Trust technology. And I think this is where where we can truly offer added value to an organization. Because one of the things that we do is we don't just have a technology focus and a security focus within the Anywhere Workspace. We introduced, for instance, one of the services is called Day Zero, Day One onboarding. And what we do is we help an employee onboard into the digital workspace. And we simplify, for instance, the security policies that are being enforced on the device. We simplify the adoption of multi-factor authentication. And we enable device trust on their device so they can securely work in the digital workspace without them having to do anything. The only thing that they have to do is sign up with their company credentials, so username, password, and the whole process is fully automated.
Cool. And we obviously take away much of the heavy lifting that the customer needs to do. And we can also tailor it specifically to a specific industry or a vertical that they're active in, right?
Absolutely. When looking at healthcare, for instance, they have different compliancy rules that they need to, or regulations that they need to comply to. And they're, for instance, different with government companies as well. So we can tailor, like you mentioned, based on regulations or based on the form of security they want to implement. Some customers, for instance, want to protect their IP, while other customers need to protect, for instance, customer data. And those are different types of approaches from a security in the digital workspace perspective.
Okay, thanks. And that word improve, I think that really triggers you, right, buddy?
Yes, improve is a really important part, mainly because attackers are improving with the second. So as a customer, you also want to have an environment which is continually improved. Because if you don't, you'll be sure that attackers are going to abuse your systems. And that's also where it comes in, where the managed services, in my opinion, is a really important thing, is because not everybody is focusing on improving it himself. You know, it's better to have a party for you who is thinking for you. For example, if you're going to take a look on Carbon Black, the tool is being improved with the second too. So they're matching themselves also on this 24/7 level. Also, it's nice to mention, if you're going to take a look on that improvement, I think it's also really important to have a partner who's helping you in an environment to improve. And where we're also starting on the consultancy side, of course, at least to understand what's really important for our customers and to tell, okay, listen, this is important for you and this is maybe not. And that's also improvement on the right way and the right side.
Awesome. So guys, maybe to finish up this conversation, what are the key priorities, looking at the upcoming year, 2022? Buddy, if you can start with you.
Well, if you're going to take a look on the end focus of our customers, we want to be sure they are able and enabled to do security within their profession. A hospital needs to take care of patients and be sure that we are healthy. A business who is selling stuff, they just want to sell stuff. So I think for us, our focus is to be sure that we enable our customers to have the right security on the right side so they can focus on what they need to do. And that not only for once, we do it 24/7, even by night, and we ensure that our customers are able to sleep.
So basically we ensure that security is actually an enabler for the business instead of a break, basically. Cool. Johan, what's your take?
Yeah, something that completely ties into what Buddy just mentioned is that if you want to empower a customer, you need to ensure that adoption of those security technologies is good as well. And what we strongly focus on from a digital workspace perspective, and what should be a key aspect of what every organization should be focusing on in, let's say, the next 12 months, is to implement those security features, but with a great user experience. Because if the user experience of the solution fails, you are probably going to end up with a lot of
Shadow IT.
Yeah, you're probably going to end up with a lot of shadow IT, and that's something that you definitely want to avoid.
Yeah, that's typically what used to happen around security. People taking all kinds of shortcuts around security, and that shouldn't be done. Shouldn't be needed anymore these days, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thanks guys for this conversation around digital workspace and security. Thanks so much for watching this IT conversation. Please subscribe to our channel to stay up to date, and hopefully see you next time. Thanks for watching.